Temperatures are rising, the flowers are blooming, and it is time for high school sports once again in the Nutmeg State. Hi everybody, I'm Braden Shank and welcome to this DAF Media special as we preview the 2022 spring campaign. The Blue Wave boys lacrosse team is looking to once again make a statement. Last season they won the FCAC title but lost in the state tournament to Fairfield Prep. Darien lost some key players to graduation, but the roster is loaded with talent and the schedule is loaded with some strong teams.
I feel like when we play better teams, we'll be more prepared. Still got something to prove.
The expectation for the lacrosse team is always to end in a pile when FCX win states, but I think for this year's group, I think we see that we have a lot of talent.
We have a lot of returning guys, obviously. That's what's going to happen. And then for the people that graduate, we'll have spots to fill, like our goalie. That's always what the case is.
Lisa Lindley returns for her 27th season as the Darien girls lacrosse head coach. Much like the boys team, the girls team figures to once again be a force not only in the FCAC but the state as well. The team returns 5 all-FCAC first-teamers from a season ago, including a veteran group of seniors leading the charge.
You know, we've been working really hard. We had a tough preseason, a tough couple days of tryouts, but our team looks great. It's definitely young, but you know, everyone's stepping up to the plate and playing great.
I think the expectations are to just beat the teams that are out of state because last year we only got to play FCAC teams and we haven't been able to play these out-of-state teams since freshman year.
We are a junior-senior filled team, so all the girls that are on the team right now, they have a lot of experience, where last year we lacked experience, and especially with the harder games this season, I think that's going to be very key in all of our victories.
It's now time to shift our attention to the Diamond with DAF Media's Peter McLean with more on the Darien baseball and softball programs.
After an underwhelming 4-13 regular season, the Darien high school baseball team snuck into the FCAC playoffs as a 14 seed. The Wave would then pull off massive upsets against 3-seeded Staples and 6-seeded West Hill before falling to Fairfield Ward in the conference semifinal. Darien will look to carry on that momentum into this season, and led by veteran head coach Mike Scott and a group of seniors, they are once again poised to contend for a conference title.
After last year we had a tough season, but we made the run in the playoffs. We proved we can do something, and we've got a great coaching staff, a lot of great players here, and you know, we can win an FCAC championship.
I can tell it's a great group of guys. You know, we had a great week at pitchers and catchers. We got a lot of arms coming back, a lot of experience, and we're looking forward to get off to a good start.
We have that goal, and we know we can make it there. So that's ultimately the goal, is to get back there, and maybe even, hopefully, even farther.
On the other diamond at the high school, the Darien softball team will look to regain the success it had in 2017, where they won both an FCAC regular season and postseason title. The Blue Wave finished 10-7 last year, going 9-6 in conference play. It was the Wave's first time finishing above 500 since that magical 2017 season. The girls are confident they can make some noise this season.
Especially riding off of the better season that we had last year, I think everyone's really excited to see if we can kind of continue that upwards arc that we started and just try and have a really great year.
We had a pretty good run last year, and now we have some extra help in pitching and in the outfield, which will help us a lot.
Our seniors and our juniors, although there's only a few of us, we have a lot of experience both in high school and outside of high school, so it's going to be a good year.
That's all from the Diamonds. Braden, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Peter. The Darien boys and girls tennis teams look to continue their success on the court this season. Last season, the boys team won the Class L state title, beating Wilton in the finals. This season, under first-year coach John Day Filippo, Darien looks to continue its recent success of the program, aiming for a third straight FCAC championship and a third straight state championship.
And obviously the new coach has a lot of plans for new ideas and new strategies to get us through the season. I'm just looking forward to having a good season.
Our plans are definitely to be competitive in the playoffs for FCAC and states, and we hope to maybe do a three-peat this year.
The girls team won an FCAC title a season ago. This season, the program has seen an influx of young, talented players to go along with a solid group of upperclassmen.
I think we're expecting to get pretty far into FCACs this year. We have a great team, some awesome new younger players, and we're really looking forward to it.
I think we can go pretty far considering our singles lines are always very deep. This year too with doubles, I think we're going to do very well.
Even if you're playing your individual match, you have the whole team standing behind the fence cheering you on, regardless of how you're doing. So you know that the people next to you are cheering you on and the people behind the fence.
Longtime head coach Lori LaRusso has built the Blue Wave boys volleyball program into one of the state's best. Darien went undefeated last season, bringing home their 5th FCAC title in the past 6 seasons, in addition to their 4th state title in school history. Expectations are once again high this season.
And one thing that we actually put on our board for goals is to get 1% better each day. And that's what we're striving to do each day, is to get 1% better, because if you don't get 1% better, or even 2 or 3% better each day, then we're not really going to learn.
We try to rally behind Coach because she's a great coach, and she's coached many years here, and she's really experienced, so we just try to rally behind her.
Some of the goals we have this year are pretty simple, like we want to win everything. We want to win the state championship, go undefeated like we did last season. But some of the goals we have are to become a better team family and kind of be able to just get better at the sport and become better people as well.
The Darien rugby program has enjoyed some recent success. Despite only playing in 4 varsity matches last season, the boys went 3-1. This season, Darien has a strong schedule and once again will play their home matches at the Royal Elementary School.
We're looking forward to a great season ahead of us. We have 5 more games scheduled, 3 home games, so we're looking forward to it, seeing what's the best outlook for us.
We have a lot of new incoming freshmen that are really talented, so I think that's going to take us pretty far. We're hoping to win a lot of games this year.
And for the second time in nearly 10 years, Darien's girls rugby team will once again hit the pitch this spring. Playing as a club team under the direction of veteran coach Mark Stepsis, the girls look to make a big impact. There's plenty of optimism surrounding the Darien boys and girls track and field teams, and for good reason. The girls finished 7th last year at the state meet, while the boys finished 16th, and both teams have some talented and experienced athletes competing this spring.
We're really a supportive team, and we cheer each other on, and I think we can be really successful. We have a great 4x4 team and hopefully a 4x100 team that will do really well.
I think we're a really tight-knit group. Everyone knows their role, and I think we have a lot of leaders that can really mentor the new runners, new jumpers.
And everybody wants to get better, and everyone just tries their hardest, and I think that this season's looking really good and everybody's improving, so I can't wait to see how it's going to go.
I think one of the beautiful things about track is that because there are so many different events you can do, and there's a lot of splitting up and trying different things, everybody finds something that they really love, which I think makes the sport unique. And
it's great new talent coming in, especially from indoor, a lot of promise, and now to get to expand that and actually compete with dual meets, we definitely are setting our standards high.
I think we have a lot of good runners in every group, and I also think our team dynamic this year is better than it has been any other year personally. I think we have a really strong just kind of support system within our team and really just pushing each other always to do better.
Last year we had a pretty good season, hoping to do the same this year. We've got a lot of returning seniors. I think a strong suit is definitely our mid-distance.
With the move of boys golf to the fall season, the Darien girls golf team will be the only team hitting the links this spring. The girls hope to swing their way into the state championship at Tashawa Knolls in early June. The Darien sailing team hits the waves again this spring. The Blue Wave will compete in the Fairfield County Sailing League.
I think we're definitely getting a change with more focus on technique and skill work and boat handling and really perfecting our boats, sailing and boatsmanship.
We hope you've enjoyed this DAF Media special. I've been Braden Shank, and we thank you for watching.
It's an out-of-state matchup this afternoon on the DAF Media Network, and we are live from the stadium field on the campus of Darien High School, where today the Darien Blue Wave will host the 7-time New Jersey state champions, the Ridgewood Maroons. Pleasant good afternoon, everybody. Braden Shank joined alongside me, our resident DAF lacrosse expert, Connor Fagan. And Fagan, the first time since 2018 these teams have played. What do you think we're going to see?
Yeah, I mean, Darien's got a lot of talent this year, and we're just looking, I feel like we're very similar of a game against Victor.
that we saw just a couple days ago. This game also just short of 30 commits, and I think we should just see a lot of talent on this field.
There's a lot of commits out here today. Darien, of course, 18 or so. Ridgewood, only a smaller roster of about 18 players or so, but a lot of commits there, and they'll all be out on site today, one of which being their star midfielder, number 9, Lindsay Dever, the junior off to Stanford in the fall, and she's just had a great season for Ridgewood. As you see right there, 32 goals in just the 5 games they've played. The 3 8-goal games in the 5. That's unheard of. And she has scored in every varsity game she has played in, 24 games to be exact. Connor, how does that feel for the Maroons to have a player like Dever out on the field?
Yeah, I mean, that's just a crazy streak. And you don't see that often. I think this midfield line for Ridgewood is really going to be a problem for the Wave. In this line, we've got Dever, who is off to Stanford, and Klein also going to George Washington. So just a lot of talent right there, and also Flush with the also midi, the senior midi, who's headed off to MIT.
So it's big-time commits for Ridgewood, and this is only the 3rd time these teams have ever met. We mentioned back in 2018 was the last time they met, and you see right now the series history between them tied 1-1. They were supposed to play in 2020, then the COVID year happened, but Darien took the recent meeting at Darien, and Ridgewood took the it's actually flipped right there, but in 2018 was at Ridgewood, and Darien took that 12-10. In 2017 at Darien, Ridgewood took it. So 1-1, and whoever wins it today would be going up 2-1 on the series. We're now going to send you down to the field for the end of the starting lineups and the national anthem.
On attack, number 20, Maggie Ramsey. On defense, number 21, Casey Benoit. On defense, number 23, Kate DeMarc. And on attack, number 85, Molly McGuckin. If you could all please rise and face the flag for the playing of the national anthem. As everyone please rise and move their hats. Thank you.
And a beautiful day for some lacrosse today, 60 degrees and no clouds in sight. We're now going to take a look at the starting lineups in this one. First starting with the home team, the Blue Wave, 4-0 on the season, great season, coming off of a win against Richfield, Connecticut yesterday, 19-10, as well as a big one, Connor, on Saturday against the Victor Blue Devils, surviving 10-9. So they're definitely on some little bit of a hot stretch, winning 4. And I would like to pick one up against this New Jersey team. Ridgewood on the other side, 4-1, most recently beating Chatham on Monday, 8-7. They lost to Coven of the Sacred Heart on Long Island last week. And here are your Darien starters in this one: Chloe Humphrey, Holmes, Ramsey, and Molly McGuckin, the attack. And then moving out to the strong midfield of C.C. Stein, Sadie Stafford, and Ryan Hapgood. And then anchoring it out on the defense, Morgan Massey, Darby, and Casey Benoit, and Shea Dolce in net for D1 commits for Darien. And now flipping over to the other side for head coach Liz Hankey and the Ridgewood Maroons. They're starting 11 this afternoon. You see their attack right there. Tatum Band Schwartz, just a freshman standout for Ridgefield. Look out for her. And then at the midfield, Flush Dever, big-time junior, all different variety there, sophomore, junior, and senior. And then Morgan McGann, the junior, in net for Ridgewood. And the rest of Ridgewood starters in this one as they took the nearly 50-minute bus trip, 49.1 miles from Ridgewood, New Jersey. And we're just about ready in this one. Stafford will be taking the opening face-off for Darien. And teams are taking their positions. Darien will be in their home white jerseys this afternoon. Ridgewood in their road maroon jerseys. Dever trotting out to the center circle. She'll be taking the face-off for Ridgewood.
Yeah, it's a big problem we've seen all year is the face-offs for Darien. Darien's always swapping who they've got, and we'll see how Sadie does today.
And the opening draw is up in the air. And whistle will be blown, keeping it with the Maroons. Flush with the restart, getting right over to McKenna. Kavicki passing it around. Richfield trying to set up their first offense here. A missed pass there. Great job by Stein to pressure number 21, Courtney McKenna. McKenna, the senior, off to Bowdoin in the fall. Ridgewood slowing it down. Once again, the Maroons moving from left to right on your screen in their road maroon jerseys. Darien and the home whites moving from right to left. An opportunity in front of the net and putting it home is Kira Schwartz, the freshman. Her 9th goal on the season, and Ridgewood goes up 1-0.
Yeah, amazing recovery right there. Dropped a pass, but picked it right back up and buried it really stick side. An aggressive shot right there by Schwartz.
Kira Schwartz, the 5'6" freshman for Ridgewood, has scored in every game except the Sacred Heart game for this team. So this is their 5th game scoring in this season. A big-time player that the Maroons have definitely liked to see step up. As once again the draw, Stafford and Dever. And Stafford misses it. And the ground ball fielded by Flush, and the Maroons will once again go on the offense. Ridgewood now in front of the net with it. Getting it to the top to number 6, Isabel Wynn. And penalty corner will be awarded. The 8-meter shot for Ridgewood. A big opportunity for them early in this one. Wynn on that right side. Taking it and off of the head of Shea Dolce up in the air.
Great body save by Dolce, and now the Wave are going to be able to get a nice clear.
And an interception there by Savage. She's going to retreat it back to her defense and now getting it across midfield. Pass from Ben-Hur. Darien a little frustrated early in this one. All the offense really been in favor of Ridgewood. As now Isabella Wynn once again, the sophomore. Moving it around behind the net. Over to Schwartz. Schwartz being guarded tightly by Stein. Ashley Massey, and now Ridgewood trying to move it around. Flush. At point X. DeMarc trying to guard her. Flush now coming around. Completes the pass now. Ban. Ridgewood now trying to make their way towards the cage. Risky pass up the middle. And the whistle will be turning it over to the Blue Wave.
Yeah, strong defense there by the Wave.
Darien down 1-0 early in this one. Not much offense for Darien the first 3 minutes or so, but it is still early. Dolce looking for someone. It's another missed pass from Darien. McGuckin's going to try to recover, but she can't. Schwartz outrunning her.
Yeah, it's another 50-50 ball for the Maroons.
And knocked down by Casey Benoit. Ball still up in the air. Ridgewood trying to use their height to get it, but Shea Dolce will be the one that comes away with it. And that's something she's missed her last 2 passes, looking to complete one, get it to the Darien offense that has been pretty electric all season. You look at their goal totals, 20 against Brian McMahon, 19 against Richfield, even 14 against the Manhasset Indians. So you got to get it to the offense, try to pull one up. As that one is once again floated past Stein. Stein quickly being met by the double team of Montagna and Schwartz.
This pressure is pretty amazing that the Maroons are showing right now.
And Darien can't even get across that 50-yard line, which is something they have not seen yet this year, as they finally will, as Chloe Humphrey on that far wing, pressured by Ben Hur. Humphrey now passing it over to Stein, bouncing it to the Michigan-bound CC Stein. Moving around now, Maggie Ramsey. And almost intercepted, but Humphrey stays with it, trying to make a move, and knocked out of her stick. Darien will be awarded the 8-meter shot. Chloe Humphrey off to North Carolina next fall, just a junior. She'll be joining her sister in Nicole Humphrey. And bouncing it and putting it in the net is Chloe Humphrey.
Yeah, it's the best place you want to put it right there. Goalie weak side on the side, great shot, almost touch post, great bounce shot.
Chloe Humphrey's been dangerous on those 8-meter shots all season. And another one right there. She had 4 against the Manhasset Indians, 2 on Saturday against Victor, and she always seems to come up clutch when the Blue Wave need her. And she picks up the first one for the Blue Wave this afternoon.
Yeah, it was a great goal, especially that Victor goal where she ended up tying the game for the Wave.
That's something. She's just a junior, and even in her sophomore year, she came up clutch in the postseason, putting up 10 goals in the FCIAC postseason alone, really helping them all the way to the FCIAC championship where they fell to New Canaan. And they got a big part in their state championship team last season, as now Stafford and Dever once again for the draw. 2, a junior and a sophomore. Into some open space. Flush and Humphrey hustling for it, but Flush comes away with it. And the whistle on Ridgewood. And the yellow card will be awarded to the Maroons. A cross-check on, it appears to be number 9, Lindsay Dever. So that's something that Ridgewood really does not want to see.
Yeah, I mean, Darien just such a great team drawing penalties. We saw that last game against Victor, drawing 4 penalties and having to go man up the rest of the game. Really impressive stuff from the Wave.
That's something that's a big advantage, having to play a man down and a man up for the opposition. And Darien really a big part of how they got back in that game the other day is the time they had with the man up. And they're now going to try to capitalize on this situation, forcing Ridgewood to the zone defense. And a miscut there. McGuckin trying to recover it. It's going to roll all the way out, just saving it to the 30, avoiding the back and forth. Or the back and over, rather. Humphrey now looking for an open player.
Yeah, being very patient right here, just waiting for the right person.
Completes it to McGuckin. She's going to try to drive inside, and she puts it in. Molly McGuckin with the goal.
Yeah, great play there. Really, you saw the Wave being patient, looking for the right cutter, and Molly came up big for them.
And Darien gains the lead 2-1 in this one. McGuckin with the goal. An all-FCIAC and all-state first-teamer last season. And a great cut there from her, setting it to the back of the net. Last season, 51 goals this season. Not quite 51, but still getting up there, double digits for her. And a lot of games still left to be played for the Darien senior captain. Stafford awaiting her counterpart. It would be Lindsay Dever. Dever still the man down for Ridgewood. So Stafford back out for Darien for the draw. Up in the air, that was Flush for Ridgewood, taking it and losing it to Stafford. And now Darien trying to use some momentum. McGuckin quickly getting it over to Holmes. Kelly Holmes, an electric sophomore for this Blue Wave offense.
Yeah, just a sophomore. It's pretty crazy. You don't see that a lot for these big schools with a lot of D1 commits. It's pretty impressive to be a sophomore out there.
That's something you even see with Sadie Stafford, and even last season with Darien, Chloe Humphrey, Morgan Massey, Casey Benoit, really using the underclassmen they had, and even Kate DeMark, just to kind of name a few. Darien, they find those diamonds in the rough, if you will, and just kind of run them out for 4 years and use the same lineup. Even when you look at their goaltender, Shea Dolce, the all-FCIAC or the FCX Championship MVP her freshman year and has been the starter ever since. As that one is going to be a ground ball fielded by Stafford, so almost dangerous for the Blue Wave. And once again, they have to crispen up on those passes. A lot of unforced errors.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of drops today.
And another one right there, but McGuckin stays with it. Something Darien's usually normally pretty good with is those crisp passes and really, getting the offense best opportunity just to score. As now Stein's trying to make a move on her defender, Locke. And that is in. Kelly Holmes off the great feed from Stein, and Darien goes up 3-1.
Yeah, great play right there. Stay with her right side. Chose not to switch hands, which can help, especially when you're trying to get a good shot placement. And when you want to go with your strong hands, sometimes great face dodge always works.
Take another look at it. Stein with the amazing feed to Holmes, and Holmes just going high on the 5'6" Morgan McGann. McGann, a junior in her first year for the Maroons. And unable to come away with that one. 3-1 our score. It will be Stafford and Dever back out on the draw. So far, Darien's really had success in these lately. Really setting the offense up for the best chance. And that one, whistle will be blown. And it looks like they're going to do it again. 18:04 left in the opening half. Darien with a 3-1 lead. You're watching the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation, bringing you this live coverage of varsity girls lacrosse. They're going to retry the draw, Stafford and Dever. Some pushing going on, and the whistle will be blown.
Yeah, a lot of extracurriculars right there.
And you can see that Darien sideline was calling for it as Courtney McKenna was really outbodying Kate DeMarc on that near side. And now for the third time, they're going to try this draw. Really did get a little physical there outside the circle. And this one is up and good. And ground ball fielded by Flush. Head coach Lindley not happy with that one. He's looking to pick up the draw win. Whistle there, staying with Ridgewood. Flush passing it along to Markovic, my apologies. And a great job there by Massey, the junior, off to Cornell. Push around, play a little more aggressive defense. The flag is waved, and whistle will be blown on Darien. Free position awarded to Flush. Has a clear shot at the net, so she might go straight for Shade Olche. Had a thought of it, is going to retreat it to Dever. Dever now trying to drive inside. Bouncing it, stopped by Shade Olche.
Great save right there.
Save by Shade Olche.
Olche, the Boston College-bound senior captain for the Blue Wave, making the stop there.
And now Darien's going to set up for their clear. Looks like they're running a play right now.
A bunch of players, Darby, Hapgood, McGuckin, and DeMarc all kind of bunched up in the four, and a great completed pass. They're going to now try to come all the way downfield with it. Humphrey off to the races, makes a move, completes the pass to Holmes. Getting right back this time and scoring is Ryan Hapgood.
Great play by the Wave. Interesting, they ran quite the fast break. You didn't see that often. Players bunched up around the 30-yard line, and I believe it was Stein who broke out and started that fast break. And a great play right there.
An unbelievable play right there. Really just a quicker offense than Ridgewood was used to. They got 3 players the ball in the matter of a couple seconds, and Ridgewood was a little confused on that one, as now a change at the draw for both sides. It will be Maggie Ramsey, the senior, against Laura Montagna of the Ridgewood Maroons, a sophomore for Ridgewood and a senior for the Blue Wave on the draw. That was a big goal for Darien, extending the lead to 3. More pushing going on between DeMarc and Dever. And that one-handed grabbed by
what
Dever.
a snag right there by Dever. It's pretty impressive.
The Stanford bound Ridgewood Jr. Soon to be Cardinal making the big pickup there, now giving a chance to the Maroons offense. Behind the net with it is Ban. Ridgewood now moving it around, trying to get near that cage. Montagna now. Driving inside is Dever, and she can't complete it. Intercepted by Ryan Hapgood. Hapgood knocks away now. Shea Dolce slowing it down for the Blue Wave. Little cat and mouse game being played between Dolce and Dever. And that one, the whistle staying with the Blue Wave.
Yeah, the Maroon really throwing on some heavy pressure on the Wave when they're trying to clear that ball. And Dolce's really running out of options.
That one intercepted by Wynn. The Ridgewood restart here at the 15-yard line, passing it out onto that far side over to Ben-Hur. Ben-Hur quickly out hustling Callahan. Flush bringing it into the attacking third. And an incomplete pass there, grabbed by Casey Benoit. Soon to be Syracuse Orange. Just a junior passing it now over to the offense, Kelly Holmes. And quick pass over to McGuckin. And the whistle staying with it. Free position to McGuckin. Flush gonna have, or Locke, my apologies, gonna have to come back. Start behind Molly.
And you can hear Lindley there asking Molly just to slow it down. And I think that's how the Wave really come up big. You know, pushing the ball can be fun sometimes, but it's not always the best way. And I think we saw a lot in the Victor game. Darien really slowing it down and waiting for that right opportunity.
That was something that they only scored 10 goals in that game. That was enough when your defense can come out and limit a high-powered offense like the Victor Blue Devils to only 9 goals. As the cut there, complete to Stein. She's going to try to drive inside, whistle blown, awarding the free position to CC Stein. 8-meter shot now. Looking to extend the Darien lead to 4. Stein quick to the net with it, bouncing in and past McGann for the Darien goal.
Yep, extend the lead, Shank, to 4 now. Darien feeling a little bit more comfortable as they make it 5-1.
CC Stein, an all-FCIAC first-teamer last season, really come up clutch in the last out-of-state games. 4 goals against Manhasset, 2 against Victor, and picking up her first in this one against the New Jersey team Ridgewood. And now Kate DeMark will come into the draw circle for the Blue Wave, the third person that they've tried at the draw. And if you're Ridgewood, you're just looking for any hope whatsoever to win these draws. It's really been all the Blue Wave with Ramsey and Stafford. Montagna and DeMark, my apologies. And Stein trying to field the ground ball. She will. Also keeping it with the Blue Wave, and they need to bring it back a bit. Trying to move a little too quick. It will be Stein on that far wing. Courtney McKenna, my apologies. Brought back on for Ridgewood. And the ref reaching back for a card. And that will be sending Dever off for her second.
Yeah, Stein took one right off the head right there. Flying check right there from that's Dever again. I believe that's her second penalty of the day.
That is Lindsay Devers, her second of the afternoon. And that's something that if you're Ridgewood, you do have to be aware 2 more would result in the man down situation for the rest of the game with still a good 38 minutes of regulation left. So not something you want to see.
Yeah, it's a lot of time, Braden.
It's almost like in basketball when you pick up those first 3 fouls in the first 10 minutes or so, and you know you got to go the length of the game, not being able to give much. So if you're Ridgewood, you definitely got to assume they're going to slow down, play a little less physical in this one. Moving around Stein to Ramsey. Stein now finding the cutting McGuckin, and off the stick of McGann, a golden opportunity that the Blue Wave can't convert on.
Yeah, McGuckin was really wide open, had a one-on-one with the goalie. You got to be thinking as a coach, they're just really regret. You got to think next time you've got to bury that in the bottom.
On the other side, if you're head coach Liz Hankey, you got to figure out what happened there and why McGuckin was so wide open. As now Stein is going to send it to the back of the net. A one-on-one with her, and she puts it in, her second back-to-back goals for the Blue Wave.
Yeah, Stein with a great goal right there. Just really went high to high. I've just seen a lot of shots in girls lacrosse, very similar to that. Came around X, just a great shot.
Morgan McGann didn't really see that one, was following Stein, tried to put the stick up, and the spoon just wasn't big enough, and goes past her. 6-1, Darien leads. Ridgewood looking for some hope here. As head coach Liz Hankey is now going to go out to the ref and talk about something. But it will be DeMarc and Montagna once again on the draw. Darien, one of their last out-of-state games here this season. They do still have a couple New York teams in Garden City and St. Anthony's on the schedule, as well as a trip to Morristown, New Jersey for the 3 more out-of-state games for them. Of course, Morristown, Ridgewood, a big rivalry in the state of Jersey, or New Jersey rather. And Darien will be taking the long trip over there, as now Ridgewood's moving the ball around. As for Ridgewood, I believe their last out-of-state game of the season. They do have a lot more in-conference games in the NJIGLL. The New Jersey Interscholastic Girls Lacrosse League. That's now Ridgewood.
DeMarc and Casey right there. Some big pressure right there.
2 Darien juniors forcing the ball out, but it is staying with Ridgewood. Once again, the Maroon will stay with it. Flush. Getting some space now. I'm going to keep it moving. That was Wynn. Markovic.
And they're all even now.
And the pass there, and that one is sent in off the stick of Courtney McKinnon.
Yeah, once the wave became even, it was pretty crazy. When Ridgewood came in even. Crazy to see how fast that game really turned.
And you can see right there, they went back to even strength. The pass there to McKenna, and she sends it just past Shea Dolce.
Courtney McKenna.
So Courtney McKenna, the senior for Ridgewood, listed on the roster, both-handed, right and left. And she picks up the goal for Ridgewood, off to Bowdoin once again for lacrosse in the fall. 6-2 our score. Ridgewood starting to climb back up to Darien. They dug himself in a little bit of an early deficit. And still floating past the 30, picked up by Darien, Maggie Ramsey. Ramsey now being met by Milston. Around Stafford. Trying to gain some room on Flush. Humphrey. In the end zone. That's Stein to Humphrey. Right back to Stein. McGuckin once again now. Great cutting pass there to Humphrey. She's trying to dodge out of it. Quadruple teamed. And the flag is out. And she will be awarded the free position. Scored on her last 8-meter shot. And she'll be looking to do the same here.
Yeah, Ridgewood really went with the trap method right there. Once Chloe got the ball, they were really just centered right around that crease area. And it all just kind of came down on Chloe.
3 officials here today, all trying to figure this one out. Humphrey now coming over to the near side of the arc. 8-meter shot for Chloe Humphrey. And she sends it in past McGann, her second of the afternoon.
Yeah, great dunk by Chloe. No hesitation right there.
Chloe Humphrey, the #1 ranked recruit for the class of 2023, according to Inside Lacrosse. And she goes one-on-one with McGann and makes it 7-2 Blue Wave. Take another look at it. Darien's been going high on the 5'6" McGann all afternoon, and it's been working for him so far. Connor, what do you think Ridgewood's going to try to slow down this Darien offense?
Yeah, I mean, it's really tough to play against the Darien offense. As we've seen over and over again, Darien continues to put points on the board. And I think it's what they really have to respond to, just getting those 50-50 balls and taking advantage of them. I think, as you can see, Ridgewood's, I mean, the face-offs aren't terrible for Ridgewood, especially when Dever's in. I think they've been around 50-50. And when Ridgewood gets the ball, I think they really need to capitalize on those opportunities. And you almost kind of have to accept playing against a team like Darien that you're going to get a lot of points scored on you. And it's going to be how can you respond on the offensive side.
That is a good point, especially when you look at 31 goals given up in the 5 games for Ridgewood. So except for the game they had against Coven of Sacred Heart, they really aren't used to giving up this many goals. They gave up 7 to Chatham, but other than that, 2, 3, and 3. So the defense really hasn't been pushed out all that much this season for the Maroon. Of course, even when you look at their remaining schedule, you still have 2 meetings with Moorestown, a game against West Essex and Northern Highlands, a couple big ones for them. So they definitely are looking to capitalize, and they need to, I mean, they might have known coming into today this was going to be a tough matchup for them against Darien and try to make the best and learn some things here. So when they go back to New Jersey and play their in-conference teams, they can be a little better, as the whistle will be blown there.
Yeah, anytime you play against any really Darien team, it's going to be a tough one to win.
Especially when New Canaan losing on Tuesday. Darien now ranked #1 in the state of Connecticut for girls lacrosse and nationally ranked #6 according to the USA and Inside Lacrosse magazines, as Stein stopped by McGann. Her first save of the night. A save percentage around 47%, making the first one. It's 8 minutes left before the half. Stafford knocked out by McKenna.
And it looks like Lori is in the box for Ridgewood, and who's the backup senior goalie. And I'm wondering right now if head coach for the Ridgewood's thinking about having a little goalie change.
They definitely have done it this season. Izzy Lori has played in 3 games this year, as that one is sent in to the back of the net.
Yeah, and Lori, it looks like Lori's going to check in. So we do have a goalie change.
Chloe Humphrey with the goal for Darien. That's her hat trick. And now Izzy Lori, the senior 5'3" goalie for Ridgewood, checking in. Last year, the team starter playing in 17 games. This year, only 3. So she definitely has some varsity experience on her. And she's going to take the posts as the new goalie for Ridgewood. And this season, when you look at her stats, 10 saves and 11 goals given up in the 3 games she has entered this season. But McGann, the starter, Lori, the backup. And now Darien's going to look to keep it going. They're now up by 6. And it might be interesting, Connor, when you look at Darien, you think Shade Olcay could be coming out of this game at the half.
Yeah, really, yeah. We saw that yesterday, too, in the Ridgefield game for the boys when Carter Hagan went in for Cam McGraw.
These are games, you look at, especially the underclassmen like Hope Shodell, the team's backup goalie, getting her some experience with these out-of-state teams, considering she is the starting goalie next season. So if this game potentially keeps going in Darien's favor, we could see a goalie change on the Blue Waves' part. But that's a big if. First, Darien's got to focus about what's at hand, and that's defending this Ridgewood offense right now.
Yeah, and I think, Shank, if you're a Darien attackman or midi, I'm thinking that you just got to fire his shot as soon as you get it, because I think Lori isn't really ready. I mean, I don't blame her. I don't think any of us would be ready. Sitting for about 20 minutes, watching the game to hopping in net. That's something really difficult to do. So we'll see how she adapts and what the Darien offense does.
Connor, when you throw in there another layer of having to sit on a bus for the last 50 minutes, assuming there's no traffic from Ridgewood, New Jersey, so it might be a little cold from her, and she's going to have to definitely take those first couple shots to get warmed up. Assuming there's no traffic, it's not that bad of a trip down from Ridgewood, New Jersey, just on the border of New Jersey, New York. And if you keep going up there, then you're in Greenwich and Connecticut. It's not that bad of a trip, but still an out-of-state team for Darien.
Yeah.
It's not like the Victor team they played the other day, coming 6 hours away. I mean, that's got to be tough for any team.
Dedication right there.
And, you know, they got a nice little 2-game set out of it. Did pick up the second half win against New Canaan, but that's still got to be tough, you know, in school break win to take the, or school break week, to take a nice little 6-hour trip to Fairfield County. And at least they came out 1-1.
Yeah.
This one now, Floosh. Nice job by Hapgood to push her out behind the net. Schwartz. Keeping it moving now. Win. Ridgewood now trying to get an opportunity. Only 2 goals for them. They did score in the first minute of the game. And other than that, have been pretty quiet on the offense. Great defense there by Brindley Vrooman, the sophomore for the Blue Wave. First-year varsity player. It's now Ridgewood retreating it. That's Schwartz. Trying to make a move on Casey Benoit. Tries to spin around, goes towards the net, and a stop by Shea Dolce.
Great save there, and some good pressure by Benoit as well. And now a successful clear for the Wave.
And the fast-paced offense continues. Only 4 defenders back for Ridgewood. Stein trying to get the odd man break. McGuckin getting shoved to the ground. And it is going to set up an 8-meter shot for the Blue Wave. And if you're Darien, you were hoping for a card there.
Yeah, but as a defensive play, I really don't blame Ridgewood, especially Kelly Holmes right at crease. And if Molly had 2 more seconds, she probably could have dumped that off.
McGuckin now, the 8-meter shot, taking it straight to the cage, making a move, and past Lori for the goal. Darien going up 9-2.
Yeah, just extending their lead as we hit just past the 5-minute mark.
Take another look at it. McGuckin wasting no time, going straight to that net and going high on Izzy Lori. Lori only rostered at 5'3", so there's a lot of room above that net, and it is 9-2. Connor, timeout here for Ridgewood. What do you think head coach Hankey's saying in her huddle right now?
I mean, it's it's a tough one, especially when you're down 2-9. But I think you just got to stay positive and just enjoy it, have fun out there.
And on the Darien side, what do you think's being said in that huddle?
I'm sure they're just trying to look for better passes, possibly bringing in some players from the bench. But it looks like they're discussing something right now. I think they're just going to want to take their time and go easy and just not do anything not doing anything crazy or stupid or aggressive to lose their lead.
4:45 left in this first half. We're going to take a short break and be right back on the DAF Media Network. We're back here on the DAF Media Network. Darien leading Ridgewood 9-2. Taking a look on your screen right now. Saturday, a big game for the Darien boys lacrosse team. They'll take the trip to Dunning Field to take on the New Canaan Rams. That game Saturday at 1 o'clock and can be seen on the DAF Media Network. So a big win there. Both of those teams looking for a big rivalry win there.
Yeah, it's going to be electric. A lot of players also are veterans from the football teams of both New Canaan and Darien, and there's definitely going to be some bad blood in that game. And the atmosphere at Dunning Field is just unmatched when you get that place crowded.
It is indeed. Buchanan coming into that one 2-2. They had a tough loss to Radnor, Pennsylvania yesterday in double overtime. Darien, the big win against Ridgefield. And we're now going to take you back to the draw circle. Good job by our director there, Hugh DeMark, to bring you that graphic. And our DAF Media production crew this afternoon, all student volunteers. Doing a great job bringing you the sights and sounds in this one. Henry and Brogno, Marcus Ashcraft, Hugh DeMark, Will Eriks, Alexandra Viro, Connor Fagan joining alongside me. I'm Braden Shank. Our DAF Media advisor, Damian Andrew. All a hard-working student volunteer crew working over school break week to bring you this live coverage of varsity girls lacrosse. And of course, none of this is possible without the joint ventures of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation providing DAF Media. Ridgewood now with the ball, under 5 minutes left in this first half. Flush. Spinning around with it. Great job dumping it off to Ban. Ban now, at X, moving it around. Trying to come around with it. Being stopped immediately by number 18, Emily Darby, the Colby-bound senior defender. Good possession here from Ridgewood. Flush. Being shoved to the ground was Wynn. And Darien gaining possession. Shade Olche going to slow it down behind the net.
And Darien's going to run that play like they did last time.
A bunch now on the opposite 30-yard line. Stein's going to come out for the cut. Completes the pass over the middle. She's going to try to go off to the races. And missing it was Wynn on the attempt. A quick pass down to Humphrey. She's going to send it on net. Stopped by Laurie. Izzy Laurie with the stop, but the possession will be staying with the Blue Wave. Chloe Humphrey on the 8-meter possession. She has scored 3 goals in this one, looking to add her 4th. On the far side. And bouncing it right past Laurie. Goal number 4 for Chloe Humphrey this afternoon. Darien in the double digits, up 10-2.
Yep, and she's showing why she's going to UNC right there with this performance today.
Darien going to that depth. Colette Quinn and Brindley Vrooman checking back into the game. Colette Quinn, the junior off to Princeton, will be heading over to the draw circle.
Yeah, I think that's just one of the craziest things about Darien lacrosse. Bring out one of the players that's from the bench, and she's committed to Princeton. Something pretty crazy and unheard of at most schools.
It is unheard of at most schools, Connor. And you look at this Darien team, 30 players on the roster, 18 of which committed to Division I colleges, or just colleges in general. And you take out about 5 or 6 of those for the sophomores that are unable to commit. You're only left with a couple players, upperclassmen, juniors, and seniors that are not committed for lacrosse. And it's just unheard of for any program, really, as that one is grabbed by Ryan Hapgood. I mean, right there, you have Hapgood off to Dartmouth, passing it over to the Trinity College-bound Molly McGuckin. I mean, this offense is loaded for Darien.
Yeah, I mean, the whole field, really. It's just crazy how basically everybody on the team is committed. That goes for the boys team as well.
McGuckin with the restart at the 30-yard line. It's going to be interesting when this Darien team plays New Canaan next week. A big game for them, number 1 and number 2 in the state. That's going to be another game just filled with commits all over the field. New Canaan, most of their roster committed to Division I colleges. That's now Stein moving it around. Great pass there. Humphrey's going to drive it, bouncing it.
That was just an amazing face dodge. Really crazy. Just drew the defender right in, got past her, and buried it down low. Really
Chloe
textbook.
Humphrey, her 5th goal of the afternoon. Darien going up by 9. One more would force the running clock. A big goal there for Chloe Humphrey. And now Colette Quinn once again to take the draw. Ridgewood going to go right back to Laura Montagna, the sophomore. She'll be taking the draw. 21 draw wins for her entering play today. And very nifty with it is Colette Quinn, and she'll gain possession for the Blue Wave. Over to McGuckin. Kelly Holmes. Guarded by Locke. Trying to cut over the middle, incomplete. Havoc there for the Blue Wave. Trying to come away with it is Milston. And it will be granted to the Maroons. Ella Milston with the restart in the end zone. Using that speed right past Humphrey. Completing the pass over to McKenna. Under a minute left. McKenna now has a shot at the net. She's going to take it right to the cage and stopped by Shea Dolce.
Yeah, stuffed by Shea Dolce. She really had a she had a clear route right to the goal, but went to stick side high, where Shea could easily take that one.
Ridgewood went the length of the field, took the shot, but did not fool Shea Dolce. Guckin making a spin move. Darien going to need to keep it moving. 20 seconds left in the opening half. Holmes trying to get one more for Darien in the half. Stein completing it. Oh, knocked out of the stick of Humphrey. And that clock's going to keep on, and they're going to signal for the stopped clock and get it. Chloe Humphrey now with the free position just outside the arc. And takes a rifle shot just high of Lori. And the refs are going to let the clock tick out and take us to the end of the first half. Darien with the commanding 11-2 lead. Connor, what did you see in this first half?
Just a lot of possession for the Wave in general. Those 50-50 balls at the beginning of the game looked like they're going to Ridgewood, but it looked like Darien woke up a bit, started doing successful clears. And I think the really big part about today was that new play where the players are bunched at the 30 for the clear. And Dolce gets some great options there. So really impressive stuff from the Wave.
Darien with the 11-2 lead. We're going to take a break for the next 6.5 minutes for halftime and be right back for the second half. You are watching the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. We'll be right back.
We are DAF Media, Darien's hometown source for sports, arts, and entertainment, established in 2017. We Are Community, a volunteer-based organization that gives nearly 50 Darien High School students hands-on experience in video production. We Are Cutting Edge, a STEM initiative. Students use cameras, computers, sound equipment, and innovative software. We Are Live, streaming 120 events per year on our YouTube channel. We Are On the Stage. We Are At the Big Games. We Are On the Field. We Are In the Gym. We Are On the Move, live streaming not only in Darien, but throughout southwestern Connecticut and the tri-state area. We are making a difference. We are DAF Media.
The technology upgrades provided by the Darien Foundation has been a game changer for us. It's allowed us to improve our training. It has helped us hone our skills. Thanks to our partnership with the Darien Foundation, who's provided all of this technology and several grants throughout the years, we're able to continue to be prepared to respond whenever you need it.
I'd like to thank the Darien Foundation for their continued support. They've been a wonderful partner, and they've taken this vision that we've had for this property and make it a reality.
Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have this amazing new van, and we are so excited about it and what it'll do for the community.
This is going to be a real improvement in the services we provide. The Darien Foundation is important to the community in the scope that they reach out to answer needs.
It's important for people to be proud of where they live and to understand that if they want a better society, that they need to fund places like the Darien Foundation and the places like the Mather Homestead, because they're so rich in cultural achievements that it makes it a better place to live.
Celebrating and supporting Darien athletes. That is a simple mission of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Broadcasting live from the field, DAF Media covers 125 games a year. All Darien teams, our youth, in our town, on our fields. Fields like the Center Oval and Upper Oval turfs, the JV softball field, and Stadium East, the longest turf in New England. All made possible by the Darien Athletic Foundation and its generous founders and donors. The Darien Athletic Foundation is not just committed to building our town's athletic infrastructure, it's improving the civic infrastructure for everyone to enjoy. The multimedia scoreboard, the snack bar pavilion, and the stadium lights, a $750,000 investment that makes Darien High School just the second school in Connecticut with LED lights. The Darien Athletic Foundation board is made up of local parents who know just how quickly it goes by. Its archives of more than 60,000 photos capture those precious moments of our young athletes as they strive to be their very best. The Darien Athletic Foundation has raised almost $9.5 million for our town and its kids, and it's not stopping there, as it continues to build a legacy for our youth as bright as their future, both on and off the field.
This is David Genovese, founder of Corbin Cares. Corbin Cares Phase 2, in partnership with the Darien Foundation, was launched to support the people who support Darien. Corbin Cares partnered with the Darien Foundation to thank essential workers, teachers, police officers, firefighters, EMTs, town employees, and postal workers who stepped up during the pandemic. Family meals for 4 were provided by 4 Forks, Bodega, Michael Joseph's, 1020 Post, and Parlor Pizza and Wine. Post 53 was treated to a tacos and waffles night with Bodega and the Waffle Cabin. Thanks to countless donors, 910 family dinners for 4 and 110 posties were served. And the Corbin Cares office was flooded with notes, emails, and letters of gratitude. Thanks to the essential workers and generous donors, you are all what make this community great.
We are DAF Media, Darien's hometown source for sports, arts, and entertainment, established in 2016.
We're back here on the DAF Media Network. Darien leading Ridgewood 11-2, and looking ahead for them real quick, next week they will take on the New Canaan Rams in a big game for them. That will be the #1 team against the #2 team in the state of Connecticut. That game is Tuesday at 4 o'clock on the DAF Media Network, one you definitely do not want to miss. A battle of 2 of the FCX perennial powers, and we're just about ready for the start of the second half between Darien and Ridgewood. Braden Shank and Connor Fagan with you. So glad you could be with us here on this Wednesday afternoon from the Darien High School Stadium Field. 25 more minutes up on the clock. And once again, one more goal from Darien would result in the 10-goal running clock. Blue Wave Chloe Humphrey it over to Colette Quinn, number 8, the junior off to Princeton. And Darien staying with Shea Dolce in net. Izzy Laurie in net for Ridgewood. They did make the goalie change with about 3 minutes or so left in the first half. Morgan McGann starting for Ridgewood, giving up about 10 goals or so. And now go off to the senior Izzy Laurie. Moving around now, Cece Stein. Chloe Humphrey. Stein tries the rifle pass to Humphrey. She drives it inside, and the whistle will be blown, stopping her break, but she will be granted the 8-meter shot. She's been flawless on these this afternoon. 5 goals in the game, 3 of which coming off these 8-meter shots. Taking this one and in.
Wow, what a shot right there.
Fooling Izzy Laurie. Goal number 6. That's half of the team's goals right there off the stick of Chloe Humphrey.
And now we're going to have a running clock, Braden.
12-2. Darien leads this one. Ridgewood taking, once again, the 50-minute trip from Ridgewood, New Jersey here. And it's been all Darien so far here from the stadium field. 49.1 miles. And they've really just been outmatched by Darien today. Feels like they haven't really had much to celebrate about. Had some early success with that early goal from Schwartz. But since then, McKenna, the only other goal from Ridgewood. So the running clock is in effect here until either Ridgewood can score one and turn off the 10-run mercy, if you will, or might just run out until the game ends. So 23 minutes left, 12-2 our score. Face off there. This is Schwartz and Quinn on the face off. Picked up on that far side. That was Hapgood, and now Humphrey. So Ridgewood went unranked this season to start in the USA and Inside Lacrosse rankings. Kind of an oddity for the Maroons. Once again, the 7-time NJSIAA state champions and the 2-time Tournament of champions. So the best in the state. And it's kind of interesting, something New Jersey does. They take their 4 groups, if you will, and have those 4 teams play in a separate tournament, calling it the Tournament of Champions, getting one true New Jersey winner as Laurie makes the stop there. Of course, in Connecticut, you have your Class L, your Class L, your Class S, M, whatever a sport may have. I think lacrosse only the L, M, and S. So something interesting that New Jersey does is Hapgood drives it inside, sends it high of the net. And possession staying with the Blue Wave by way of Colette Quinn.
Yeah, that was a good possession shot by the Wave. Going high and missing isn't really a big problem when you've got Colette right down there, ready to chase.
Stafford now over to Humphrey. Ridgewood JV team making their way into the stadium. Now there will be a JV game after this, so good luck to those teams. And of course, that's always good for Ridgewood if you take the 50-minute trip down, bring the JV team, get a game for them against a nationally ranked team like the Darien JV team that I don't think has lost a game in 5 years or so. Or at least that's what Kate Rockler tells me. One of the best teams in the nation. That's now this one being brought up by Wynn. Complete pass there, staying with it is Tatum Ban. Ban, a junior that plays for the Mad Dog Club in New Jersey. Finding a completed pass there to Wynn, and the whistle blown. An 8-meter shot for the Maroons. It will be number 6, Isabella Wynn, with an opportunity. Taking it to the net, and just to the right, or just to the left of Shea Dolce, rather.
Yeah, great pressure by Benoit, not letting that ball go uncontested.
That's something the head coach Lindley has really been excited for this year, is moving Casey Benoit to more of a defensive midfielder role compared to last year, where she was more on the offense, as this one is now bounced to the right of Dolce. And the possession will go to the Blue Wave. Dolce slow out of the net with it, slowing down play as CC Chandler coming out, as well as number 26, Brindley Vrooman. Darien starting to dig into that depth they have, as now Stein 2 goals to her name in this one. Knocked out of her stick. Pass there over to number 2, Chloe Humphrey. 6 goals in this one. A magnificent performance from her. And this one out passed that to X to Maggie Ramsey. Keeping it moving. Ridgewood, 1,700 students at their public high schools. That one is now put into the back of the net off the stick of Ryan Hapgood, losing the goggles on it. Darien extending the lead to 11. But Ridgewood, a public high school in New Jersey, 1.7 students to them, play out of the New Jersey State Interscholastic Athletics Association, of course the governing body for New Jersey athletics. And we were talking, Connor, at the half, some famous alumni from Ridgewood High School. Of course, the Atlanta Falcons kicker, Young Ho Koo, the alumni of the Richfield High School Maroons, as well as the GM of the Miami Marlins, Kim Ning, the first female general manager in Major League Baseball, another notable alumni from Ridgewood.
Yeah, it's pretty sick to have a NFL player as an alumni of your school. And Young Ho Koo really helped me in my fantasy team 2 years ago, especially with how bad the Falcons are. They had to resort to a lot of kicks, and Young Ho got the job done.
And for any of you guys drafting out this fall, you now know Young Ho Kim coming from Ridgewood High School. So you need a fact for a reason to draft him. You have one right there. As now Darien moving it around, Chloe Humphrey. Stein. Of course, it's always fun, you know, when I prep for these games, trying to find some, you know, famous alumni from these schools, some fun facts, if you will. Definitely found some good ones over the year, but it's definitely one of the top ones. Young Ho Koo, the kicker of the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see one like that in a while.
We had New Britain Soccer in the fall, and George Springer, baseball player for the Toronto Blue Jays, was on that one. I think we had a couple other good ones over the years, but in this one right here relating to this game, Ridgewood and Darien, 13-2 our score. First time Liz Henke has seen this Blue Wave team in her first season coaching Ridgewood, and she's really taken over a top program. As now this one brought in by Stafford, knocked out of her stick, staying with it is Humphrey, and she slams it home. Goal numbers, 7 for her on the afternoon. I mean, that's unheard of for Chloe Humphrey. She's probably not unheard of from her.
Yeah, I mean, more than half the goals for the team. That's pretty wild. And it looks like she's going to check out, and it looks like we're going to have some more bench players coming in.
So Darien going to that depth. Of course, Chloe Humphrey coming from a long line of Humphrey sisters. Her sister, Nicole Humphrey, over at the University of North Carolina. Ashley Humphrey, her other sister, over at the University of Stanford. So Lindsay Dever will be joining her at Stanford in a couple of years, as well as Darien's Kate Bellissimo going over there this fall for her first year. Kate, her sister Maggie, still on the team. Maggie Bellissimo been dealing with an injury. She looks to be back at some point this season as Ridgewood wins the face-off. Moving around, of course, Stanford, a top-tier program in the Pac-12 out west. Always producing great lacrosse players, especially on the women's lacrosse game.
Yeah, and an awesome school, too. I think one of the hardest schools to get in the country right now is Stanford.
It seems about possible. The great academics, great sports over there. You know, I think their tennis teams are usually pretty good out there. The football have some good teams, and women's lacrosse, I think they're their big three. As that one grabbed on the ground ball from Cece Chandler. Chandler verbally committed to Richmond. Another junior for Darien that doesn't see all that much playing time, but getting some depth for the Blue Wave, as well as DeMarc and Vrooman out on the play. And once again, this is great experience for these underclassmen, especially of Darien, who get some playing time against an out-of-state team like Ridgewood that they might not see again until their senior year or so. Once again, only the 3rd time these teams have played. Back in 2018, they went to Ridgewood High School, Darien taking that one 12-10. And I think DAF Media actually went down in New Jersey to stream that game a couple of years ago. The first time we've done a stream in New Jersey. The facility amazing over there at Ridgewood High School. And then, of course, the first time they met in 2017, which Ridgewood took it. So this would be the first time that Darien would beat Ridgewood at Darien High School, assuming they win today. As now the ball being moved around. Clock will be stopped.
Timeout, Darien.
And head coach Lisa Lindley will take her first timeout in this one. Huddle up the troops, up by 12 goals. You kind of figure what the point of the timeout is. And Connor, do you have any idea?
I mean, I guess I don't know what she wants to do. Maybe run a new play, I guess. I don't know. I think they're just trying to get the right game plan and possibly bring in new subs.
It was something we saw yesterday with the Darien boys team when they played Richfield, and head coach Jeff Braymeyer trying to use these games as perfect game situations for practice and trying out new plays, and especially with a top-tier team like the Ridgewood Maroons. I mean, you can't practice these situations in practice. You might as well get out here, run a new play or two, and that's probably what head coach Lisa Lindley in her 27th season is going to be doing for the Blue Wave. And I mean, she just has all sorts of credit to her name. So whatever she's been doing is working. If that is, you know, practicing in these higher margin games, if you will. But timeout should be just about running up. We are going to take a short break on the DAF Media Network, and we'll be right back. Back here on the DAF Media Network, I'm going to give one more shout out to our production crew, all Darien High School student volunteers working to bring you all the sights and sounds in this one. Henry and Brogno, Marcus Ashcraft on our cameras, Will Eriks, Hugh DeMark, Alexandra Vira working in the press box, our director Hugh DeMark today, our DAF Media advisor Damian Andrew, Braden Shank and Connor Fagan with you. So glad you could be with us here as we bring you this live coverage of varsity girls lacrosse. 14 minutes, 30 seconds left to play, and that one stopped by Lori. And some nice viewers out here watching this girls lacrosse team, the boys lacrosse team, watching them, as well as the Darien boys volleyball team now making their way into the stadium. The boys will be playing Richfield next Wednesday, and a big match for them. So good luck to the boys. And then, of course, the boys lacrosse team off to New Canaan on Saturday, as well as playing Staples next week. So some big games for them, and out here supporting the Darien girls lacrosse team. Putting this one all the way downfield is Dever. Once again, off to Stanford, just as a junior, makes a nice spin move. Ruman putting the pressure on her. And Darien has made a goalie change. Hope Shodell entering net for the Blue Wave, the sophomore, taking over for Shade Olche. We did see in that Victor game she took over and had a magnificent performance.
Yeah, I mean, 2 really good saves in a row in the span of 10 seconds. And really good future for the Wave as well.
Hope Shodell, just a sophomore, her second year on varsity. In her freshman year was getting some playing time, and something that Darien likes to see, the depth. 14-12 our score. That one just rifled past Shodell. Restart for Ridgewood. They will be getting the 8-meter shot here to number 12, Kira Schwartz. Schwartz at the top of the arc, one-on-one with Shodell if she goes to the net, taking it straight to the net and bouncing it. Nice stop by Shodell. And a check there. Once again, Hope Shodell, just a sophomore, and she will be the starting goalie most likely for the Blue Wave when Shade Olche is off at Boston College doing great things. So it's definitely some good opportunity for her to get 12 minutes or so of playing time against a out-of-state team like the Ridgewood Maroons. Ruman. You can see in the box right there, number 25, Kate Avidable, the junior, verbally committed to Holy Cross for the Blue Wave, about to enter play. Jillian Bott off to Villanova on that far side. Darien digging into that depth. And really just showing why they are the #1 program in the state, trying to climb their way up in the nation, and how they've been dominant for all these years, Connor. Big part of their large recruit class and their large numbers of the foundation and infrastructure of the program, keeping it going and keeping it self-sustaining, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, they're just set up so nicely, Braden. You know, if they struggle with injuries, they're not going to have to worry too much because they've got people who can really step up from the bench.
And the quick restart there from Chandler. Pass there and rifling high is McGuckin. McGuckin wearing number 85 this season. The Joe Schoen Memorial Jersey recipient this year, the first time they've ever done it. And she's the first ever recipient of it wearing that number 85. As it will be a 8-meter shot for Darien. Colette Quinn. And that one is rifled past Holmes right there for it. So possession staying with the Blue Wave, 11 minutes left to play. Chandler off to Avidable. Avidable making one nice move, taking it to the net, and she's going to be forced to retreat. A good defense there by the Maroons. Ben Hurd doing a nice job. Now at X, Colette Quinn completing the pass over to Ramsey. Flag is out and will be called. Maggie Ramsey on the 8-meter position here. Winding up on the shot, off to USC in the fall to join her sister, Katie Ramsey. And that one is just rifled past Lori. Maggie Ramsey with her first.
Darien goal number 20, Maggie Ramsey.
And the Darien lead keeps growing. 15-2 our score. You take another look at it. Winding up that shot the second the whistle is blown, going right through the 5-hole of Lori. There's nothing a goalie really can do to defend that shot. Ridgewood once again had that opening goal back in the first minute of the game from Kira Schwartz. Courtney McKenna added one on later in the game in the first half. But since the turn of the half, it's really been all Blue Wave. And really ever since that 5-minute mark into the game, it's been all Blue Wave. Driving inside this one, Benoit pushing her out. Good job by Savage, and that one is in for Ridgewood.
Great cut by Savage there. Really just looked for the open man. She really got in there and just buried it nice and deep.
Ridgewood with the goal right there, their third of the afternoon. You're taking a look at it. McKenna with the big shot.
By number 21,
Courtney McKenna, her second for Ridgewood. It is also interesting, Connor, you look at the stats and the history. Number 9, Lindsay Dever, kept off the stat sheet today. Could be the first time in her varsity career that she does not put up a goal for Ridgewood.
Yeah, it'd be quite the streak to end.
Of course, that is based off of the High School New Jersey stat database online. Just her second year on varsity, and she has scored in all 24 games that she has played in. 105 career goals for her, 116 career points. And she might not be adding another one as that one is intercepted. And this one now up in the air, grabbed by Callahan. Setting it high of Lori, grabbed by Ramsey. Kate Min also entering play for the Blue Wave, number 27, a junior first-year varsity player for Coach Lindley. Available now. And takes a strong shot, but the whistle will call it off. So Kate Avidable, the Holy Cross-bound junior, with the 8-meter shot. Top of the arc with it. Takes the shot, stopped by Izzy Lori. Lori was not fooled on that one, right to her spoon, and the lead remains 12 for Darien. Locke, great pass over to Winnert. It's Alexandra Winnert, the sophomore for Ridgewood, entering play. There's 7 minutes left to play in this game between Darien and Ridgewood. Each team's next game, Darien will get a nice week or so break, then they will play New Canaan. That was a great pass completed to Ban. She's going to retreat it, had a look there, but now will be forced to be paired up with Kate Min, doing a great job to knock it out. Ruman coming for the reinforcement. And that one completed over to Flush. Stopped by Shodell. And the rebound is there. Shodell will pounce on it.
Saved by Hope Chanel.
So Darien, they'll get the nice week or so break, and then they will take right back to this Darien High School Stadium field on the 19th. So next Tuesday, they will play the New Canaan Rams in a big game for them at 4 o'clock. And then as for Ridgewood, their next game will be in a couple days on the 16th. So Saturday, they will go to Moorestown for a big rivalry against the Quakers. That one out of play, and Locke will restart it for the Maroons. Last season, Ridgewood had a good year, 16-3. They were the Bergen County champions. They were the runner-ups in Group 4. And it's a team that has won the last 3 or 4 Bergen County championships. And then once they get to that state tournament, have seen great success, has went on to the Tournament of Champions a couple of years. And most recently in 2011, winning that Tournament of Champions, as that one is in. Ridgewood keeping the goals coming on this one.
That looked like number 2. Oh, there is no number 2. Who is that?
It did appear like it was number 2, and
we don't have a 2 in our sheet. But credit to number 2, whoever that is.
Goal scored by Emmy Dunphy.
And a Duffy, it sounds like, the PA addresser Kurt Field giving it to. We did hear at the beginning of the game that head coach Liz Henke didn't have a full roster, or not a published full roster rather, so we were just going off what we could find on the New Jersey High School website, High School Sports New Jersey website, and there might be some missing numbers, so any apologies there for any missed numbers. But Dunphy with the goal for Ridgewood. And a pass there from Flush. 11-goal Darien lead. Shodell will be matched with the 8-meter shot. Quick there and stopped by Hope Shodell, not fooled a bit.
Another save by Hope Chanel.
Great play by Shodell.
If you're head coach Lindley, you have to like what you're seeing and really all season from Hope Shodell, just a sophomore, having an amazing year for the Blue Wave, and you got to assume the future is looking bright for Darien. Kelly Holmes. Moving around now, being double teamed by Locke and Ben Hur. 15-4 the score. This is a Ridgewood team that is averaging 13 goals scored a game, only used to giving up 6 a game, so something they're not used to, this role reversal. Ramsey will get the free position. That will be Flush having to go behind her. Gwen Flush off to MIT for Lacrosse. And someone tripping there. McKenna seems to be okay. Using her speed was Chandler on that one. So Chandler with the restart. The Darien soccer standout in the fall. She did have 2 goals in the opener against Brian McMahon. Darien now gonna keep moving. Jillian Vott over to Holmes. Couple underclassmen. That one's complete to Callahan, the senior. Rifles the shot, stopped by Lori.
Yeah, tried looking for 5-hole there, but a great shot, or great defense right there by Lori.
You can definitely tell this Ridgewood team starting to pick it up here towards the end. Callahan almost gets a stick on it, but with under 3 minutes left, Connor, it almost looks impossible for Ridgewood to come back in this one. Wynn taking it all the way up the alley, completes the pass, trying to get it off her stick. She can't. Markovic. Seeing her off to Colgate. Will be turned over to Ridgewood. Staying with Ridgewood, rather, Isabella Wynn. Wynn, a soccer player for Ridgewood in the fall.
Saved by Hope
Chanel with the save. And now Ban trying to get something on net. In front of that, the shot there. Another stop by Shodell. Schwartz was looking to pick up her second of the afternoon. Under 2 minutes left to play. Great pass there, just overshoots her. Benoit will get the turnover, handing right off to Shodell. Couple Ridgewood faithfuls making the trip down from Jersey on the other sideline, watching in this one with about 1:20 left to play. And it could be a long bus ride back for the Maroons. Biddable dodging one attempts, making the completed pass to Callahan. She has some room, a great cutting pass, and the shot stopped by Locke. Good shot from Colette Quinn.
Yeah, great split dodge right there, but just came up a little bit unfortunate with that shot.
Under a minute, the running clock continuing to go. Colette Quinn with the restart. Once again, you're watching this production of the DAF Media Network, joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Thank you for watching here on this Wednesday afternoon, school break week.
And a quick shout out to the volleyball boys who beat Shelton 3-0.
Volleyball team, once again, big game against Richfield on Wednesday. DAF Media will be streaming that one as that goes out of play off the stick of Markovic. Under 20 seconds left. And Ridgewood just looking to get one more on the board as that one to the side of the net and should just about do it. Shodell is going to pick it up and potentially stall the last 5 seconds or so. And Darien will come away with the win against the New Jersey Ridgewood Maroons by the final score of 15-4. Connor, what were your final takes on this one?
Yeah, I mean, today Darien really played well, and it was good just to get some more depth today and have some different players playing today. Always good to see that from the Wave.
And if you're head coach Liz Hankey, what are you going to be telling your team, trying to work on in practice to improve on this going into Morristown this weekend?
I mean, you can't beat yourself up too much playing Darien, especially in Darien. With a long road trip like that, nothing's easy about that. And I think it's good just to get the experience about playing with some higher level athletes, and especially for some of the commits of who it's going to be playing with, some people who they're going to be playing with in the future. And yeah, Braden.
And how about on the Darien side there? You have a tough game against New Canaan next week, the #2 team in the state. What do you think head coach Lisa Lindley is going to be working on in practice?
I think they just want to be really focused and have a set game plan of what they're going to do, and really think about how they're going to play the pace of this game. And I think also the face-off situation, Lindley seems to be moving around different player every single time, so it'll be interesting what they do there.
Would be interested indeed. Once again, your final score, Darien taking this one 15-4 against the Ridgewood Maroons. I'm going to give one final shout out to our production crew today, all student volunteers, Henry Imbrogno, Marcus Ashcraft, Hugh DeMarc, Alexandra Viro, and Will Eriks, our DAF Media Advisor, Damian Andrew. So for our entire production crew, Connor Fagan saying so long from the Darien High School Stadium Field. I've been Braden Shank, and we thank you for watching this production of the DAF Media Network, and we'll see you next time.